Hey guys, it's part 2. Liz,
Hey.
let's go. So what happened to your rock bottom?
Okay, so here's what happened in my relationship, right? I'll give you the whole story so you can understand how we got to that
we get
point.
exclusive.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care.
Q and Chop exclusive.
Man, it's that second exclusive, ain't it?
Right.
So I was young. I was 15. I met a guy. I told him straight up, boy, I am young. I don't care about relationships. You know, why are you trying to date me? Whatever. But
was he the same age?
He was 18.
Oh, so he knew what he was doing.
I mean,
I think so.
He wasn't that type of guy. No, he was really chill. He was patient with me. We literally, like, I told him I don't want to date you. Like, I was like,
we could be friends.
yeah, I literally said, like, you know, what's the point? Like, I'm young. We're still young. I don't care about relationships. Not that serious. You know what I mean? I was in that mindset where I was like, boy, I'm young. Like, I don't care. But I was turning 16 or whatever, so we were friends for like a while, and then he was always really nice, really sweet, really caring. He was a great guy. Okay, let's start off with that. He was a great guy. I'm sure he still is a great guy. We dated for 5 years.
If you know, you know. If you listen to this, you
he's
know
probably not listening. But we dated for 5 years. Okay, he was like my first, you know, real love, this and that. I thought I was gonna marry this guy, you know, all that stuff. We were together till I was like, what, 19 or 20? 20? I don't remember.
If you started at 15.
20.
Say 5 years, that's 20.
Yeah. So towards the end, it was like on and off. So, but we were together for such a long time. He was a great person, nice guy. He was sweet, caring. But it got to a point in the relationship where I think there was, we were both young. You know, he didn't know how to trust someone. He didn't know how to.
Well, so he was like 23 already.
Mm-hmm.
So he was still like, you like, yeah. Okay.
I was like, what, 19, where it was
like 23, 24.
Yeah. Where he was still not trusting, still, I don't know, it was just too many things, right? But point being, like, the guy was great and all, but he didn't realize his own toxic traits. And I would constantly have to tell him. And then my biggest thing is I cannot stand repeating myself. I hate it. I said if I have to tell you something twice or 3 times, I'm done. I'm not saying it again. You know, get it together. But he was cool beans, but he just had these moments where he was like bipolar. Could be the super nicest guy ever, and then 2 seconds later, it was like all hell let loose. And I was like, dude, like, what is going on? But in my mind, I'm young. I thought this was normal. I thought, you know, oh, maybe he's just processing his emotions. I don't know. The way that he loved me in my mind was the way that love was, because I was young. I was dumb. I didn't know. But you know, it took me meeting someone else, like meeting friends and family, and then being like, Liz, that ain't normal. But I didn't know. You know, I was just like, oh, no, everything's fine. He wasn't abusive or anything, but he was just like, in his own ways, he would put me down, as in, like, if I would get all nice and dressed up, he would just be like, oh, yeah, you look fine, or oh, whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. So it was
I'm trying to look good for you.
Yeah, and it was like, yeah, you look fine. Or if I would dress up, he was like, why are you overdressed? Why are you wearing makeup? Or why? I was like, oh, do I not look good? You know what I mean? It was like subtle things. Where in like nowadays, I'm like, boy, if you don't tell me I look good, I'm gonna try again. All right, we're gonna try it, you know. But you don't understand that until you get to that point. So, you know, it was just like really small details. Or, you know, if I said this and he didn't trust me, and I was like, why are you still not trusting me? We've been together for like 3-4 years. And I was just like, dear God. Or it's little tiny stuff, you know. He just was toxic in his way, where I felt little.
Toxico.
Yeah, where I felt just belittled. And I was like, am I not, you know, enough? Am I like, you know.
It questioned you.
Yeah.
It questioned yourself, like, yo, I'm not pretty enough. I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
What am I missing?
Yeah.
So like, when you were thinking about what am I missing, like what were you thinking?
I was like, I'm missing respect. I'm missing, you know, someone who can just, you know, actually like love me and support me unconditionally. And just, I mean, he would say like rude things and like bad names and stuff. They would call me this and that. And I was like, is this normal? Like, I was like, no, this is not normal. Like, he was emotionally abusive, you know, like he would say certain things, or he would call me dumb or whatever. And in my mind, I was like, am I dumb? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I would ask myself, am I really dumb? And I was like, no, I can't be dumb. But again, the more you get fed something, the more you believe it, you know? No one was in my outside circle to be like, yo, Liz, that's not normal, until, you know, one day they were like, Liz, that's messed up. I would never yell at you. Or, you know, guys would be like, do you have a boyfriend? I'm like, yes, I do. They're like, oh, well, I hope he treats you right. And in the back of my head, I would be like, damn. I hope so too, buddy. I hope he changes one day. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I was so young, and I was just like, oh, well, I need to work on it. Maybe we can work through this or whatever. And then it wasn't until I met someone who literally was like, Liz, that is so messed up. Why do you think this is okay? And kind of made me question everything. And I was like, I don't know. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? And the guy was like, I would never yell at my wife. I would never call her those things. I would never do. And I was like, literally was like, oh, well, shit. Like, what do I do now? So I'm so deep in that web where I was like, how do I get out? I was so codependent on this person for everything. And I realized that. And I was like, Jesus, like, this is so emotionally fucked up. Like, why am I letting this guy make me feel like I'm the ugliest, dumbest person in the room? But that's how I felt. And every day I woke up, I was like, okay, well, what's the point of trying or whatever? Right. I just did not care. So it took me like owning up the shit and talking to him and being like this and that and like, hey, why this? And he was just like making me feel even more dumb. Like, why are you questioning that? Like, why? Right. I was just like, what in the world? But I realized it wasn't necessarily his fault. Like, he didn't know that he was doing these things. He just, wasn't at that point of maturity where he realized, like, this is fucked up, And it was an on and off thing. And I, one day, was finally like, I had the guts and I did it. And I just left. I was like, we're done. That's it. No more. It took a while, but I was like, I found respect in myself. I need you to respect me. You're not respecting me the way I want to be treated. Blah, blah, blah. I did this whole emotional rant. You know what I mean? I was like, that's it. No more. I'm not useless. I'm not dumb. But it's just that whole like deep web where after that, I was like, nah. Like, a guy now can never come into my life and be like, oh, no, you're not pretty. Or, oh, no, hell no. I'd be like, boy, bye. No, you know what I mean? Like, now I'm all like, no, like, that would never happen. And in my mind, I'm like, how did that happen? Like, what in the world? Like, what in the world? It just didn't make any sense, right? Like, how did I let myself get so messed up emotionally?
I think people just brainwashed, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was subtle things that just added up, and they added up, and it became normal. And that's why I'm like, dang, like, maybe that's how some women go through like abusive relationships.
Of course.
It gets normalized, and you get desensitized to certain things where you're like, oh, well, this is it. Or they really make you feel like you can never find someone other than them. Like, I was like, oh my God.
So when your friends were telling you about this, like, this is normal, like, would he do it in front of your friends too?
No. Never. That's the thing.
Or you would tell your friends, yo.
Yeah, I would tell my friends.
This is normal. Like, this is normal, not like.
Yeah, so I had like very little friends back then because I was so like
into him,
isolated. Yeah, I was literally like always with him, and if I did anything, it was like maybe with one friend. Until I found that one friend, she like literally started getting me out of my shell and like would take me out and be like, hey, let's go do this, let's go for lunch. I'd be like, okay, cool, and then she kind of made me realize, like, girl, what are you doing? Like, what? And I was just like, oh no, he just has issues, he's bipolar or whatever. And then she was like, no, that's not okay. But again, like, when you're so deep in there, you want to think like, oh, well, maybe he just
needs help.
Yeah, he needs help. Like, I'm one of those people who always wants to help people. So I was just like, maybe he needs help. Maybe we should get him into therapy, and all these things. And then until I finally realized this man doesn't want to do anything better for himself. He doesn't want to try.
Right.
He doesn't want to fix himself. He doesn't think there is a problem. That's where I was like, I'm gonna head out. This is it. Like,
see ya, bye.
Yeah, I was just like, he needed to be completely abandoned for him to actually like change.
Right.
And it's funny because like he actually has been. He's been changing because I saw it on my Instagram like maybe a year or so ago. Like, I saw his feed and I was like, wow, you're actually doing good for yourself. And I was happy. I was like, I'm happy that you're changed, and I'm happy that you have this whole new profound life or whatever. Because he was like depressed and going through a lot of stuff back then. And so, like, again, I never blamed him for anything. I was like, you don't know how to cope with all these emotions.
Right.
You need help. And I think maybe somehow along the way he found that help, and I'm happy. But, it took definitely me feeling like the complete worst in that relationship to know what I need now, to know what to look for, to know what bullshit to not take. Never let a guy do this, never let a guy yell at you, fuss at you, none of that stuff, communication. Right. All that.
But it could go vice versa too. So it go to a guy too, like,
oh yeah,
you can make the guy like, yo, like, I'm dating you because of this, like any I can get any guy you want, like so like you kind of make the guy feel like down to. I've seen it both ways.
Yeah, of course, both ways. I've seen it too.
I've been through it. They're trying to emasculate you and stuff like that. So yeah,
like you could do that because you can't do that. You
right.
You guys can't do that or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know. I haven't been there yet. Actually, yes, I have.
You haven't had a toxica yet.
Yes, but she was not my girlfriend though. But I'll try to text her. Like we never know. But like everything like when I tell you like I don't post stuff like you probably seen my personal program like I don't really post a lot like about this or that. Once in a while I'm dressed up a little bit. Put a picture or me driving my car. I'm not doing that every day.
Mm-hmm.
But one day she asked me like, "Why are you gonna post that about your car? You've been you showing off or what?" Like every little thing's like about me showing off this or why you wearing those. Why are you doing this? Like when we go out eat, like why do you gotta buy the steak? Why you gotta do this? I'm like,
I would be like, bye. Obviously, you don't know who I am, and you don't see me as who I am. Like if you have this whole. If you think I'm entitled or whatever, it's like you don't know me.
Right. Like, I told her, like, I worked my ass off for this stuff. What I have is because of what I've done with my brain, This is not given. If I was given the stuff, I wouldn't be with you at all, So, like, at one point, I was like, yo, like, what the hell? Like, what's wrong? Like, I work for my stuff. If I want to show off something, I will do it. But I'm not showing up. I just want to post it up, And sometimes I don't do it. And like I'm like, all right, But one day, we start doing some stuff. I get back in love, right? Start making out and all that. I'm in love again.
Yeah.
But it's happened to everybody,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like you have bad experience with them, like they're mad at you, or but you start flirting a little bit of that, everything goes away and you're back to normal. So that's what that happened to me all the time. So I think she knew how to manipulate me. Like okay, I can make you feel like this, but I can trim a little bit right here, and like just play games with me.
Girls can be very sneaky, man, and. Be having you all tripped up, thinking one way is up and it's really down for real.
Like like she made me feel bad one moment, and then like she made me feel the greatest man alive. Like
so to keep you around.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, brother. Yeah,
like
men are too, so it ain't like
I'm the best kisser ever. Like Mexican, machismo, so like, but
they knew how to stroke your ego.
Yeah, they know to stroke it, like. And it's you're vulnerable, You're like so vulnerable at that moment. Like, like.
I dated a guy once too where he was so wrong for me, but he would like say the right things where I was like, okay, maybe you can stick around a little bit longer. Right. You know what I mean? He was like, Liz, you are the smartest girl I know. And to me, that was my ego. Like, yes. You know what I mean? But it was like, Liz, you are so talented. And it was just hearing all of these nice things. I was like, damn, don't nobody else telling me this. So it was kind of like you were stuck in that moment. You were like, I want to hear more. But then you got to get out. It's not, tell your damn self, girl, you are the smartest girl in this room. You know what I mean? Like, do it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I know that. I just don't know why I haven't explored that. Like, I like the single life, I like that. But some days I do go to sleep to my bed like, it would be nice.
It would be nice, yeah.
It would be nice having someone next to me that I really care.
Right.
Because honestly, anybody, and it could be a guy or girl, we can have anybody we want, right next to us, But we can't really have the person that we really care for. Because we have work at that. I could have these days how many chicks I want, I could not give a F for them at all. But I could have them right for the night or whatever, but you don't want that, Sometimes I go to bed, I'm like, it would have been nice talking to her right now. I had a rough day today.
Right.
Like, I had a rough day. I try to smoke cigar, watching YouTube videos. I try to smoke it out by myself, just. But sometimes you do want to wake up, and look at her, or look at him, or whatever,
right,
and be like, I had a rough day.
Yeah, that's how I feel, man, and
right.
That's why I wasn't trying to hop out the single life, but
nah.
That's why I was looking though.
Right.
That's why I was open to the possibility and open to the transition because daggone, like they said, long day at work. I want somebody to chop it up with. This happened, and then at the same time, I want some food made when I get there. But at the same time, like we was talking earlier, I cook too, so
Right. Like you could tell your friends, all your bad day, right? But at the end of the day, that friend is not gonna rub your back.
Right? Who's gonna give you head scratchies? Who's gonna give you
a
massage?
I love when I get a massage, and the girl will go to my hair. I'm like 2 more minutes, and I'm
girl, I will pay you more. Just keep going right there.
Keep going right there, and then, but yeah, like that. Those friends will not be next to your bed, if you're living together. Oh boy, your head and your toes, like don't do that. Like that's like personal stuff.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that my woman, will take care of.
Oh yeah, you gotta make sure.
Human beings need personal touch.
Oh yeah,
like we need to feel love and we need to feel hugs and we need to feel.
Especially if you're like a touchy person.
Yeah, if that's your love language, then yes, you need
that's
that.
my number one.
For me, if I don't practice on using it in my hands or me doing the work, I don't understand. When I was in college and I had online class, right? I would get these something I don't get it. I don't get it.
You're hands on.
I'm more hands on, and start doing it. So for me, when I was with my girlfriends, I was really hands on. I wanted to feel the energy. Because I want that energy, So I'm like, yeah, the scrubs and the massages, some people are not like that though. People are like,
stop touching me.
Yeah.
Right. Right. But I'm not a creeper now, but
hold my hand.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah. I don't be holding your hand all day in the mall now, but at that special moment, you're like, yeah, you're like, yeah, you want to feel, what was it, not barbations, but the energy. In Spanish, it's called the vibras. You want to have that same vibe, I guess, the vibe that person,
The vibras.
Vibras. Shout out to J Balvin, that album was hot. Vibras. And but yeah, it's the same vibes,
Oh yeah, that's what you want to look for in a partner, like we was talking about earlier. Gotta get them vibes.
You want to but it has happened to me, like I told you guys before, I do go home and take my shoes off and my socks off, my shirt. I'm like, I wish you'd be talking to me right now. Someone would be talking to me how's your day? What you do today? I'm like, oh,
Or at least tell me about theirs.
Right,
take my mind off what I got going on.
Right.
And tell me about your day. Something better than happening.
Or someone call you, like your girl or guy could call you, right? In the middle of the day, hey, I'm just thinking about you,
right.
That moment, you're like,
you forget about everything else.
Yeah. I bet you guys experience it more than I have, but you get a phone call from your person, you're like, yo, right now, I miss you right now.
Yeah.
It makes your day up, it makes you if you had a shitty day, now you're like, I gotta go home now, cook for this motherfucker.
Right. Or you thinking about that person and they call.
Right, yeah.
It's a drug. It's literally a drug. It's like you get a high from it, and that's why I hate being single. Single is lame. But again, I do enjoy my freedom and I do enjoy not having to be I'm going here and there and this and that. That's cool. I used to always go for drives in the middle of the night, and I remember one of my ex-boyfriends was like, where are you going? Going on a drive. Nah, you gonna go cheat. I'm like, no, I'm going on a drive. I just, I'm a night owl. I stay awake all night, sometimes till 4 a.m. and that's just who I am. And, I like to not having to explain myself or this and that, or, and you know what I mean? Like, just that freedom of doing whatever I want, whenever I want. If I want to go and buy a coffee and then go buy slushies and then go buy pizza, whatever, ain't nobody gonna judge me. I can do whatever I want. You know what I mean? But then again, at the end of the day, I was like, I need connection. Like, I need someone to talk to. Like, whether if I had a great day or a bad day, like, I need someone. Like, for me, it's very much like conversation. Like, I love, physical touch and this and that, but I need conversation. Like, to me, that is what makes me happy. It's just like, that makes me feel like you love me. Taking the time to talk and interact and listen to what I have to say instead of just being like, yeah, cool. As soon as they start doing that, I stop talking. I'm like, all right, I'm done. Yeah. Even with my friends, I'm like, I'm done. You got something else to do? You want to go home? Like, let's go.
You want to go home?
Yeah, I hate that. I'm like, if I invite you out, like my friends, to hang out, and you're just gonna be on your phone the whole time, I'm like, sis, it's a wrap. Let's go. Like,
wasting my time.
Yeah, because I'm like, I invited you here because like I want to feel the vibrations, like you said. I want to feel good. I want to be able to experience right now with you, and then be able to talk about whatever and just be loose and be free. Right. And then, like, all right, go home, chill. Right. Had a good day.
Like, there's moments that you're together, right? And you want to ask for their opinion. Like, for me, that was very important for them to give me their opinion. Because that's another brain, that's another 2 eyes, that's another 2 ears. Like, they might see different than I do. Mm-hmm. I'm having trouble at work, at my work, what should I do? You want sometimes the opinion, you want a different opinion. And they might be right, it might be wrong. But you could trust that person with that opinion that will tell you the truth. Like, yo, this is not right because you're looking at this way. Look at it through this way and you should do it that way. Like that's why I take care of. Like, that's why, when I have someone, I want them to be serious with me for their opinion. But someday I might ask for it. Like, what do you think about that? Like, just
be real with me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Tell me if I'm fucking up. Mm-hmm. If I'm fucking up with this thing, tell me how should I do it then? Or if you're fucking up, like, I'm gonna tell you.
I'm gonna tell you, and you can't get offended.
Right.
Like, don't take it personal. Right. Like, this is what we do here.
Constructive criticism.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So how do you do that, man?
What, take constructive criticism or give it?
Give it. Both.
Man, it really depends on the person. I find it coaching girls is how to kind of talk to women a little bit.
You gotta be more sensitive.
Yeah. Before, man, I kind of struggled because I've always been captain of every team I ever played for. So it's just being a leader. That's how I led. Like I was on the basketball court. And so just trying to switch that over to a relationship has been a struggle. But you got to appeal to their strengths as well as telling them their weaknesses. Like, yeah, you good, like, because you got this, but like this can be better, and this is going to elevate you more and more. Mm-hmm. So not just trying to tell them everything that's wrong, or not trying to put them down, or make it feel like them getting put down. Let them hear the positives as well as the negatives. Right. It's like, yeah, you doing good. Or if they're not doing that good, it's like, look, you're going to get there. It's just whatever motivational thing you can use to get that. And when I love constructive criticism. Tell me I'm doing wrong. Tell me I suck. Because then I'm, okay, I do. Okay, I'm going to get better. Then if I get better, it's like, okay, tell me what's wrong. Yeah, tell me what's wrong. How am I know? How am I going to get better? I want to get better. I want to be the best at everything I do.
Mm-hmm. Like, imagine if they don't tell you what's wrong and you keep doing the thing that makes them mad or whatever. And then
that happens though.
And one day they blow up. You always, whoa. How come I didn't know I always did this? Right. Like, tell me, we could have prevented this a long time ago.
If I would have known,
Women are guilty of that though. Like, I will say it. Women, for the most part, are the ones who always hold things back. And I be telling all my friends, tell him. Nope, he did what? Tell him. And like, I think, like, all my boyfriends, I've been so honest, and I've been like, look, you can't take it as in, like, I'm telling you you're fucking up. No, I'm telling you could do better. In the same way, like, you tell me when I could be doing better. Because, like, this is a relationship, right? We're trying to be in here for the long haul, right? All right, so I'm going to need you to stop doing this if you want me for the long haul. And vice versa. Same thing. Right. If you don't like something, let me know.
Right.
How am I gonna know if you don't tell me? That's like my biggest pet peeve. Boy, communicate with me. Like, how am I supposed to know you don't like this, or that you prefer this, or you enjoy this more? You know, like everyone has a different way of like love language. Say, for example, you date someone who doesn't like to be touchy, but you know, you got to express that, hey, like, I understand you don't like being touchy, but can you please touch me more often? You know, like, imagine that you never have that conversation. You're just like, you know what? I can't be with this person. They don't ever touch me. Like, but they're not like that. How would they know?
Right. But can you make a person like that? No. I mean, not make them like that.
You can't make them like that. You can
introduce it to them, but if they don't, then you just got to go, right?
I feel like whatever makes them comfortable. If they're open to it and like, oh, okay, I respect that, but can you respect me doing this and that? If you can both respect it, like, yeah, sure. By all means. But if you know, like for example, kids, if you know you will never be okay with it, you know, just leave right then and there.
For most people, that's a big thing, though. Yeah. Kids are not kids.
Kids, like, yeah.
Like, I mean, it is. For a moment, I didn't want kids. But after coaching, you know, I saw the kids and I'm like, yo,
I want one.
I want one, you know?
Dude, I be seeing some like cute little videos and I'm like, y'all cute, but you know, nah.
It's a lot of responsibility that come with it.
It is.
And yes. Possible drama.
And like, as you know, coaching, you know, I coach much younger kids than you do, you know? Maybe not anymore, but when I started coaching, I was coaching 36 months, you know? They're like, what, 2 years and a half, I think.
Yeah.
2 years and a half, 3, 5. You learn how to be patient. Mm-hmm. I'm a patient guy. So, like, I am more patient than other people. That's what they gave me those classes. But when I was, you know, learning this coaching and I went up and up and up and up, you know, I feel like my inside within me, my heart, and I'm like, yo, I want a kid. Like, I do want to take him to soccer practice or basketball practice or music practice, you know, like that. Like, I do want to take him to this, you know.
You're like, I want to raise a cool little human.
Right. You know, when I hit my partner up, you know, this is my partner right here, man. Mm-hmm. Me and my boy, you know, and when we grew up, we, you know, fuck shit up, you know. So like, but like before coaching, I was like, nah, like, I'm not gonna marry nobody. I'm not gonna, no kids.
Yeah, life experiences will shape you most definitely.
And then I started coaching kids, you know, and to this day I still coach, you know, and by them, I had them when they were 9. The new kids they were 9. Now they're about to be 13, 14. So I have them like for 4 years already. And, you know, but each season I see them grow. Mm-hmm. And I see that the what's the new thing at school and all that. So like when you're 13, 14, you want to be treated like a I'm an adult now, you know? There's a moment when you're 14, like you're like, you know, like I'm a teenager now, so you know, my pubic hair's about to come up, you know, so like, I'm a man now, like, you know, I'm, you know, or for women, you know, I'm a woman now. So you want to be like treated like a adult. Mm-hmm. So, you know, back then it was hard for them to learn more things. Now it's easier for them to learn, but now they want to be like, yo, no, like, I can say bad words.
They want to be seen as equal.
Yeah, I'm equal. I can say fuck you and all that. I'm like, I let them. Sorry that the parents are listening to this. You know, I let them say this stuff, but like at a certain extent. Like when I see it like overhand, like you're like, I'm like, yo, no more for the day, because you're taking it too far. You have to learn to scale out things. You know, you want to be treated like an adult. Do you guys see me talking to your parents like that? No. So, because there's almost a moment and a place for everything. You know, we can't be having fun, you know, and throwing F there and F there, you know. But we're not saying F and all this and all that, right? So, like, I gave them, like, real life experiences. I teach them from that. And now they're growing up now, they're like, I go to high school now. So, like, for me, it's like, I had them when they're in 5th grade. They're 9th grade now. They're about to go 9th grade. So I'm like, for me, it's like watching my kid grow. Now I'm like, shit, man. Like, what do I tell them now? Like, you're like gross now, bro. Like, you know, like things come out of you now. Like what's my next thing that I teach them now?
Yeah.
You know, and it's.
It was a nice experience for you.
Yeah, and I still coaching now. You know, I still coaching now. What I was told this is the last year that we have with them, so I'm not sure if I'm trying my best to keep them and move up. You know, categories of that. But as I was told right now, this is our last year, so I don't know. But like back in the story, before I didn't want kids. Now I don't want like QQ. I don't want 50 now. I want 2 or 3.
But that development, bro, that's everything. It's to watching a kid develop, and whatever you're doing, whatever you're teaching them, when it's kids in life in general, just watch them develop. That's everything. The fact that you played a hand and it had a part in it, that's just awesome. And that's why I think that's what attracts people to kids.
Right.
Like I can. Not that, I mean, some people say it's a mini me, and some people just like it's like a doll baby. But most people, it's like, okay, I can impart everything I know, my ideologies, my everything I think, and into this human. Like, okay, now you go do the same thing,
right? So cute. Me and you, coach. You and I, coach. When you practicing a drill for the last 2 months, and to see it work the first time,
oh, bro, like I said, it's the development. It's just everything is coming together. It's just like it was talking about life and how it takes us to different places, and it's just everything finally comes together. We see the big picture. We finally meet that person. They finally get to play right. Whatever it is, the puzzle pieces finally come together, and they see the big picture, or they understand. They finally understand the play, or like a screen or something like that, and they all get it. So, hey man, it's great. I love it. And it's just something about you as a coach. I don't know if the timetable does, but definitely that they can listen to you and they can, by your voice and what you do and how you show them, they can play
it takes time.
Yeah, play what's in your mind.
It takes time to learn it, you know, and for them to actually acknowledge it, like, oh, this is the end result. Like, this is what we're supposed to do.
Right.
Like, even as human beings, like, you know, learning a new instrument or learning how to drive, like, wow, this is the end result. This is what we're supposed to do, you know? It's amazing. So I wanna ask you some question. What's the perfect first date for as the views of a woman?
Views of a woman. All right, we're gonna be real.
Because, you know,
we're gonna be real now.
Yeah, I might have been fucking up before.
He's like, let me pull out the notes, take some tips. Yeah.
Tips, you know?
So honestly, okay, this is me. Okay, maybe, but I feel like again, I'm a girl. It might be universal.
Q, you get your notes on them?
Oh yeah, Evernote, bro.
You have your notes.
Yeah.
So
Evernote sponsor us.
For a woman, first date, the guy has to simply be like just flat out in the open, you know, just gotta lay it out there. I'm not saying like you have to be there like, hey, I want to get married by, 2 years from now. And like, no, just have a good conversation, be funny, maybe whatever. That's all, like the best. Mm-hmm. But someone who is just, reciprocating what you are giving to them, they don't let you just sit there and be like, okay, that's always awkward. And then a guy who just, for the first date, a guy who does that little extra step. Little extra mile.
What's that? What's
so,
the extra
okay,
step?
It's like, how in the movies they're like, oh, I'm cold. Here's my sweater. That's one tiny extra step. I forgot to do this and that. Oh, like, you want me to grab you some, I'll go get you some napkins, or I'll go do this. Like, just do that little extra thing that you don't have to do. You don't have to do. You don't.
But you want it to happen, though.
Yeah, I want to see like what extra, little mile he will go. Because again, the date. No, I'm sorry, guys, but you're there to impress the girl. Okay.
First impression.
Yes, you, and the same thing for the girl. I'm here to impress you that I am not like every other girl.
Right.
But as a guy, I feel like it's always been like, hey, like I need to show out. I need to make this girl know. This could be something, right? So I always honestly look for that one little tiny step. And the way that I do it, and this is going to spill a lot of beans, and all my exes probably might hear this and be like, oh, she did that. So what I always do is towards the end of the date, say we go out to eat or whatever, I always split the bill. Always. No matter what. Because one, I like to pay my own bill and this and that. But if, and a lot of women are just like, don't say it, Liz, if the guy does not say like, okay, yeah, like, let me pay for it or whatever, that one little extra step just shows like just how far the guy is willing. Because it's kind of like, oh, okay, like he wants to, maybe he just wants to show that he can take care of you or whatever, or just to be kind. It's just like a small act of service. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, no, don't worry about it. But then again, if a guy is like, okay, yeah, let's split it, it's like, oh, okay, right from the get-go, you don't see nothing going through here. Because the way I think about it is like, hey, 2 months from now, if we go to the grocery store to get snacks, I don't want you to be like, these are my snacks, these are your snacks. No, these are our snacks, okay?
I didn't write my name on them.
No, I've had that before where the guy like split everything and was like, all right, well, this was yours. I was like, buddy, do you want me to pay for it? I can pay for it. Like, to me, it's not a big deal to show like, look, I'm invested, Again, doesn't have to be that. It can be anything. It's like, all right, say...
Yo, bro, you fucked up.
Well, I mean, like, if the girl's holding something or whatever, like, hey, like, can I hold it for you? Offer something. Right. It doesn't have to be, like, again, like, you don't have to offer to pay for food, but offer something that money cannot pay. Just one tiny little thing. I don't know. Get creative, but...
You can't type fast enough.
If the guy opens the car for you?
That's nice. That's sweet. I don't need that, but if a guy opens the door for you, like, oh, thank you, just small acts of service. A girl just wants to know, like, oh, okay, like, are you gonna be invested,
I had experiences, with like, you're so concentrated, like I'm gonna use me as an example again, because I like to use myself a lot on examples. Like, I was so concentrated on the topic, on the date, right? Am I smelling good? Am I doing this? My hairs are good, my eyebrows, they're good, whatever, The car good, this music is right, I'm having a conversation with her. Where are we going to the place she wants to go? So you all in your mind, you're like, rabbit.
Yeah.
So you forget to open the door for her. But then she's like, hey, you don't open the door for girls? I'm like, you're so like, I'm
panicking. I'm sorry, hold up.
Like, I'm so like, I'm trying to get impress this girl.
Mm-hmm.
And she hits you like that, like, you don't open the door, like that. Then that brings you hold down. Like, that's happened to me twice, right? I'm like,
see, that's something else. Be authentic. Your first date, just be authentic, man. Like, I always tell, like, even my chick friends, man, if you don't, act like yourself, and if he don't like you, bye, he ain't for you. Because what's gonna happen once you get past the, oh, I smell good all the time stage and this and that? You know what I mean? Like, let's be real.
Right.
One day you're gonna wake up, your hair is gonna be a mess, okay? One day you went to work out, you played ball, whatever, you're gonna come home, you're gonna smell like crap. But I'm gonna be like, hey, you smell like crap, I love you, but go shower. It's just like, just be real with it all the time. Right. Every single time on the first date, like, just be authentic. Don't impress me. Don't show me all these great things, whatever. I don't care. Just be authentic. Mess up. Do something. I don't care. I love realness. And I feel like most girls can agree with that. Like, we want someone who's not trying to pretend to be someone else. We want a guy who knows what he wants, whether it's a relationship or not. Just let me know what you want. I will respect you no matter what. But just that realness, it's kind of like it flows. Everything just feels natural.
So the guy spill out the beans out to you, like, yo, so I want to become a doctor, and, I want 5 kids, and I want to marry in August 24th, 2014. Or like you want him to spill out everything, or like,
no, I just mean, like, just be authentic. Like, don't.
And I'm not trying to say just you, but like, I'm like,
girls in general.
Girls in general.
Man, all girls are different. For some girls, they do want someone to straight up be like, I want to get married in 2 years, and that, because that's what they want. But again, like, relationship advice, don't ever go and tell someone I want to get married on the first date and be like, I want to get married in 2 years with 5 kids. Like, let's go through the stages first. You know what I mean? Because, like,
see if I like you.
Yeah, see if I like you. Because, like, sir, this ain't it. Okay, this is not a let's get married. But no, I feel like over time, start to get more real. I think, like, honestly, after a couple of weeks, maybe, or like a month, it's okay to be like, so, like, do you ever plan on getting married one day? Like, just randomly. Like, no, yeah, sure. Just like a random subject. It doesn't have to be like deep, but it's just like, okay, at least I know. You know what I mean? Or like, honestly, too, always ask this: are you seeing other people? Like, where is this going?
What do you consider seeing other people?
I always assume that they always see other people, especially when you just meet them. Like
I don't though. See, that's the thing. You always have to ask because there's some people who if they see you, they're only seeing you, and that's the way I am. So I always ask men, are you serious, or like is this going to go anywhere? And that's all I say. Is this going to go anywhere serious?
Well, how does it go to? How does a guy start the first day with you? Like you guys talking over the phone, to text, or or did he ask you straight up, yo, let's go out to get some dinner?
I mean, for me, it's happened like all kinds of ways, like through social media or like in real life or whatever. And I feel like, just so my thing is like, sure, the first date, let's get to know each other. I'm not saying like stop seeing people right away, but I'm like, if we've been on 2, 3 dates, 4 dates, and you still like going on a date every other night, and I'm like, tell me,
how many dates is it official? Like you're like, yo, I thought it was 3 dates, and then you ask him, you're like, yo, we good or what?
I feel like it has to be more.
I thought it said there was 3.
No, like 6 months.
6 months? Oh my god.
Yo, if you know, you know. How long did it took the kid to tell you like to be his girl? Man,
maybe
you
like
do a lot of vetting. You don't know that person in a month or off 3 days. You don't know.
You don't think you know them after like 3 months and after some conversations, and I feel like 3 months maybe I'm like, all right, cool, like I could go with this person.
So when do you know that you're actually comfortable with the person? Like what is that moment? Like I'm comfortable with you.
When I can just be myself and just feel good with them. Because honestly, it's happened to me before where I was with someone for like 8 months and I was like, I still can't be myself around you. Like, I can't let loose quite yet. Right. Like, but then I've been with someone for like 7 days and I was like, holy fuck, you are my other half. Like, so I don't know. I feel like once you get to a moment though where you're like so excited to just see this person and you get all giddy and you're like, oh damn, like I can't wait for so and so to arrive, or I can't, I feel like that's when you're like, all right, like I'm getting there, like I'm getting close. Right. Like women do take a lot longer to fall in love, but when you get like really excited and really giddy and like like everything just great around them, and I feel like that's when you're like, all right, maybe I should date this person. Maybe it's maybe it's for real. Give it the shot. If it doesn't work out, okay.
So you said 6 dates?
No, I mean it could be anything. It could be honestly like 6 dates. It could be a month, but I don't think it would take 6 months. To me personally, I think like after 2 months, 3 months, I would know like I want to keep dating you for a while.
Well, yeah, but like to make it really, really serious, I feel like 6 months. But like about 3 months, that's the person. But I still wouldn't make that move off the cuff. That's just me.
See, I think maybe because we're Latinos, and for us, everything's like deep. Everything is just kind of like really heartfelt. I've dated white guys where they were just like, oh, nah, you take it slow, take 3 years. And I'm like, no, sir, 3 years, nah. Like, I need to know a month from now, like.
Do you love me?
No, I just mean, like, are you still seeing other people? After a month, if we're dating, like, continuously, like, let's say every weekend you're hanging out with me, or every other day you're hanging out with me, I'm like, all right, it's just us two, right? There's no other people in the relationship. And I feel like once you start sleeping with someone too, like, all right, once you start sleeping with them, like, please tell me you're not sleeping with anyone else too, because I'd be like, nah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how would you feel if the other person was already sleeping with someone else too and they didn't tell you? I'd be like, nah. I need to know, like, things up front. I feel like once you can start sleeping with them, you're like, all right.
He was like looking at me like, yo, like, say something.
See, me, if you ain't my girl, I can't say nothing. That's how I am. Like, I just,
how's not your girl though? Like, you've been going out with her like for.
But if it's not no official label.
What? Like, so what's official label? Like, yo.
Like if I'm gonna tell you my girl. Like, I'm gonna let you know off the cuff.
You my girl.
I'm like, you my girl now. Like I'm gonna be dating. I'm gonna let you know it's gonna be blatant. I'm not gonna just be willy nilly just chilling. If I'm willy and chilling, then you're not my girl.
So you're not like, yo, like the 6 months, you're like, yo, I think we official.
Right. I say 6 months, but there's no guaranteed timeline. But like you said, if you feel giddy around a person, you really getting it. Okay, really
you my girl, all right?
Yeah.
So it's worth seeing what's going on, what's gonna move forward.
Right.
So you think like long term? You're like, all right, this is gonna be it.
Right. Like I'm not looking for that in short term. I'm looking for something. That's why for me it's like 6 months. I need a vet. I want to go see how you act around your family, how your family act around you, how your family act around my family. Like
he wants to go all in. See, that's what I'm saying. We're different.
See, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, that's what you're looking for. That's what I'm looking for. I want something to, like I said, I want something to grow and to mature with. And I'm not saying we're gonna do all this in 6 months, but I'm saying I hired my 6 months vet already. Now we together, and now we got time to really learn.
I'm not trying to put you in the spot, but in those 6 months that you're with, not official yet, were you seeing? I can't do that. No, I can't say that. Sorry, I can't say that. But
you're like, you know what?
Let's
cut the cameras.
Show your shirt.
Yeah.
You stupid, bro. But like I said, I don't put no. If there's no official label on them, I can't. I don't.
You can't hold them. I can't
hold them accountable. I can't like.
Okay,
I won't feel
so
right
it would be okay then if so and so like was still dating other people then this whole time.
Yeah, before. Yeah, I mean, what can I say? At the end of the day, what can I say?
Okay.
Vice versa, you can't say.
If I have no label,
that's fine as long as you guys are both under that agreement. That's cool.
I mean, that's how I feel about anything.
Right.
Like, but if I don't say you're my girl, I can't hold you accountable.
Right.
Like we could date and we could talk and we could feel like we intimate, but if we not in that relationship.
Right.
I mean, that's just the rules I've been living by. I've always lived by.
That's what I'm saying. That's cool as long as that is what you have both,
Right.
come to agreement. Because like for me, I would be like, nah. I'd be like, I don't care if there's not a label on it yet. Like we're working towards that label, and I would be like, it's just me or it's everybody else, but not me included.
Right.
So I feel like that's why it's kind of important to have that conversation. Like right. I don't mean like right off the bat, but I do mean like after you've been dating a while and you're thinking about maybe taking it serious or maybe this and that or maybe starting to sleep together. I'd be like, all right, so is there someone else in the picture? Are you gonna continue to see them, or are you gonna stop seeing them because you want to see how things go with me? Because to me personally, you can't be fully invested into someone if you still have
that's facts.
Time to give to other men and other women. I'd be like, how you gonna know how cool I am if you too invested in so and so and so and so? Because that happened to me once where I was dating someone like just them, and then like 3 months later they're like, oh, I'm still dating, and I was like, whoa. To me, I was like, this is not what I'm used to. This is not what I do. And I asked them like, can I ask you why? And they were like, well, because I don't know if you're the one yet. And I was like, okay, like I respect that. I 100% respect that. You don't know if I'm the one yet. That's completely fine because I don't think you're the one yet either. But you could have told me this, because if that was the case, I would have been dating other people too. Right. I would have been like, oh, well, let's not stop the search because you might not be the one, You
might not be the cookie that I want.
Right.
So that's why I'm like, have that conversation. I think that's just maybe that's just like for some people it's an unsaid rule. Like if we're not, there's not a label, there's not a label.
Like, I feel like you're limiting your options.
To me, that's what he said. If there's not a label, there's not a label. And to me, though, personally, I was like, I don't want that though, And so we had that conversation, and I was like, I'm gonna head out because that's not what I wanted. Right. It's not to say that he was wrong, but to me, I definitely felt betrayed.
So did you feel like you were the side chick?
I just felt like I was just another person. I was just like, oh, so you don't...
I'm a number.
Yeah, I was just like, so you don't want to spend like all your time with me? You want to continue...
All of eternity with me,
No, it was more just like, you still want to see other people. You don't want to see where this goes.
And how long was that? 3 months?
3 months. Where I was kind of just like, 3 months and you still don't know, like, if you want to keep hanging out with Justin.
But you thought you were like...
I thought we were dating. I thought we were just like, because I would sleep over his house. I would stay there. Like, after like 2 months or whatever, I was like, all right, like, we're hanging out every weekend. You're going to dinner with me almost every other 2 days or so.
And you still see him? Damn.
You know what I mean? I was kind of just like, how do you have time? You invited me on a Monday night for dinner. And then on Tuesday, you over here with someone else, but Wednesday, you want to be like, hey, let's go out to eat. You know what I mean? Like, to me, the math just did not make sense. I was like, how are you hanging out with me so much, but you still have so much time for other people? It just didn't make sense,
What you doing with your life?
Yeah, and that's why I was kind of like, Jesus. I felt played. I was kind of just like, that's a lot of time to spend with someone, especially if you spend Saturdays and Sundays with this person. You're kind of just like, oh, okay, cool, like, your weekend is usually the time to hang out with people.
Well, how was the social media like? Did he post you up on social media?
No, I mean, I didn't post him either. It was kind of like, again, you're dating, you're getting to know each other, but you're still just, to me, it was like, it's just us two. Right. Like, to me, honestly, I won't post you on my social media unless we've been together for, I don't know, 5 months, 6 months, kind of like, all right, you're not leaving, like you want to stay here, like you said, you want to be serious.
Right.
But until then, no, I won't, because I don't know, to me, like, my personal life and my my social media life or whatever. I don't want people knowing what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah,
I want my privacy. I don't want everyone to know who I'm dating or where I live or like I like my privacy. So yeah.
Yeah, I rock with that, and some people don't rock with that at all. They want you to put it out there and blast it, but I don't want everybody in my business. Social media is not for that. Yeah. I mean, people make it about that, but it's not what it's for.
Yeah, if it's been 3 years though, and there's no picture of me anywhere, I'd be like, nah.
That's different. Like at some point, you're gonna post a picture.
Yeah, exactly.
Post a picture just because for the aesthetic of it. That's different. But
just because, like, hey, look, this is me living the moment. With so and so. Not like, you know what? Let's take one picture by myself and then let's take one picture together. Nah.
Imagine like you go on vacation, like Europe, and it's like take a picture of me. Hey, like. What's up with us?
Yeah,
you could take one. Yeah.
I won't post it though.
I won't post it though. I'm like, yo, we like three years into this marriage.
Yeah.
I'm still married to other people yet. But yo, we going deep on this, y'all. We going deep.
That's how we got Liz on the podcast.
Right?
Yeah, man. Like anybody else would like. I don't know. I like my other guys too, but with Liz, just like we could just keep going. Like going, just to different topics,
There's no filter. Just like tell me what you're thinking.
Right. And like we honestly we think alike, so
Sorry, my throat is dry.
That's fine.
I'm over here just like no Corona. It's okay.
No, not the Rona. If it's not Corona, I don't want the Rona then.
Right. Have you been getting more business because of Corona? Because the people need stuff clean.
Not necessarily. No. I mean, it's been like normal. Like, hey, Liz, come clean. All right, cool. Or new customers, hey, can you come clean? But now it's been more like, I haven't cleaned my house in 4 months. Can you please come clean? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, I've been quarantined with 2 kids, 3 kids. Please come clean. It's been more like that. Because I feel like in the beginning, no one wanted you to go inside their house to clean. They were just like, nah, I got it. But again, construction don't stop.
Nope.
Selling houses don't stop. Buying houses doesn't stop. So
8 to 8. In that 100-degree weather right now. Dude. I'm 2 shades darker, man.
Yeah, I already know. I'll be out there for summer camp. We had water day today.
Oh, how was that? But was it refreshing because you water?
Yeah, it was straight. But I ain't getting it like that. I run it, so I won't really just.
Like, was it like a pool?
Nah, just
balloons and stuff.
Water guns and water balloons. The hose.
So you guys you're working at summer camp. How is that restricted with the COVID? Like what?
Man, clean after every time they go to in the room, outer room. Every time they go to the bathroom, 1 kid at a time. Clean it up after every single kid.
Jesus, yeah.
And the kids can the kids be around each other like closely?
Yeah. Well, you gotta stay in your same group though. Can't mix groups. Gotta wear your mask all the time. Yeah, it's different life, man.
So they're gonna wear like the mask for 5 hours, 6 hours.
Yeah, but I mean, be social distance. You could take it off.
Right.
But
that's rough.
Yeah,
that's so rough.
Yeah, but they love it. They love it. They love it. It's crazy.
The kids, man.
They've been at home for the last 3-4 months, so they ready.
Plus, they're kids, so they don't really understand this stuff yet. I guess
they know about it because we obviously cleaning. They got to wash their hands every 5 seconds and all types to have one kid.
I think it's cool though.
Crying about it. Yeah.
Because after this, once everything dies down, we're not having to wear masks and this and that. They're gonna be clean. Well, I hope so at least.
Right.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, oh, it's a habit now. Wash your hands. You know, clean up after yourself or whatever. I feel like
people got away from it, washing hands and stuff like that.
Oh God, dude, yes, people got so away with it. Like me as a germaphobe, I go everywhere. I'm like,
right.
I know y'all clean now. I know y'all do this. I know y'all sanitize. Like everything feels good. Like I went to a restaurant maybe like a week ago, but it was all outdoors, so everyone was like far away from each other. But everybody was wearing masks, and then there was like disposable menus.
Right.
And I was like, man, why couldn't we do this sooner? I used to hate touching menus, and I would be like, can you flip the page? Thank you, or I'm gonna go wash my hands. You know, it was like stuff like that. But that was just because that's who I am. You know. But now, like, it's so normal, like, to just be clean, like, hand sanitizer, wash your hands.
Well, this should have been happening the first time, you know?
Right.
This should have thought about your germs and all that, you know? But think about this. A friend told me about this. And I don't want to go all political and all that, but one virus took this big nation down.
something you can't even see.
Right.
You can't feel. And that's the thing, though. Germaphobes, we feel it. Like, I promise you, we feel the germs, like, on our hands. And I can see the germs. And my mom's like, are you crazy? Right. And I'm like, no, ma'am. I can feel them. I can see them. I know science. I know germs. And I literally see them travel. And everybody's just like, girl, it's not that serious. But I'm always like, it is. Like, you can't see these things, and you can't feel it. You don't know where you're getting sick. You don't see it happening. But I know it does. Like,
like one virus took this whole, like, world down, you know? Like, and we can't see it. Mm-hmm. Like, we are scared of big, sharp things, you know? But, like, something that you can't see.
Mm-hmm. That's how we are, though. We're programmed to, like, be afraid of spiders, and we're programmed to be afraid of, you know, lions and this and that, because we've been exposed to it longer, you know. But if you think about it, there's more car accidents that kill you per year than spiders and dogs and lions. But it's just what I feel like now, like, after this experience, everyone's now going to be like, all right, this is going to shape us, I feel, forever. Mm-hmm. Our kids or whoever, they're going to be like, gotta be clean now, you know. It's gonna be embedded into us, where we're all gonna be super clean and, you know, more organized probably, and this and that. Mm-hmm. I think it's gonna be cool. To me, I'm like, yes, let's see how life's gonna be like.
Like, I was at Lowe's, like, for half the day today. I was at Lowe's buying stuff, and I just felt like I was so normalized to watching people with masks. And then the screen stuff next to the cashiers. Like, I'm just so normal to it now. Like, I'm like, seeing, like last time, like, I remember the last time I went to eat those tacos that with the chef. You know, we hugged and we like, yo, what's up, bro? How we doing? You know? And, you know, we hugged and he gave me, like, you know, like, yo, tried this taco. And he had my mouth started in it, you know? And, like, today, like, yesterday was like, what's up with the elbow? What's up, bro? And the mask, like, yo, what you been doing? And, like, how's the business? And I'm like, yo, like, I missed that, you know, interaction. Yeah, but I see life is this way now, you know, and we can't take it for granted, and because there's something that is a virus that we can't see, you know. So I'm just been normalized to stay here, you know, and stay over there, and your line, you know, the 6 feet apart, and everybody's with the mask, and, you know, for a moment, like, in the beginning of it, like, I was very, like, I don't get it, you know, I don't understand this, you know, why do I gotta wear this, or why do I, but then you realize, you just get normalized to it, and obviously you don't want to get your grandma sick and your peers sick, but, you know, like, I'm just so normal for it. It's normalized to me. I don't know how you guys feel, but for me, it's been normalized.
I mean, it's normalized, but at the same time, like, I think it low key sucks, you know, because it's just like I'm very friendly and I like to smile at people if I bump into them now, and now I'm kind of just like trying to smile, like, hey, I'm smiling underneath this mask, you know, or I'll be like, oh, you know, this and that, and I feel like, I don't know, the whole wearing masks and staying away from each other. Now it's like you're scared of everybody. You don't want people to be near you. Right. And I'm like, oh, that kind of sucks.
It's not my life. That's not how I am.
Like, to me, I'm like, this sucks. I want to say hey. I want to be like, yo, what's up?
Give hugs.
Yeah, like, I love doing all that. So in one part, like, yeah, like, I'll go out to the store and, you know, I'll do my part and stay away and wear my mask and this and that or whatever. But then, like, as soon as I get in my car, I take it off. I'm like, all right, this is not for me. Like, I go home and I just clean and whatever. And I'm just like, all right, well, you know, we got to do our part, this and that. But it still sucks. It's still kind of just like, you know, I wish it didn't have to be this way. Like, I feel like you've seen those cool videos on Instagram or whatever, where people are social distancing in their cars and they're just like far away from each other, but they're still there and still able to talk to each other. I'm like, I think that's cool. Like, whatever can make, you know, the situation just a little bit better.
I've seen people at Bojangles and like sitting like in the parking lot, the chairs, with the lawn chairs, eating. I'm like, yo, man, you must be bored out.
Well, I mean, we're humans. We need, like, physical contact. We need, you know, talk to people. I mean, imagine being at home 24. Imagine, okay, your business having to be shut down too. Imagine being at home all day long for 3 months. That would drive anybody insane.
March, I did. March, I stayed home almost every day. April.
Mm-hmm. No, I stayed in for a long time too, but I was just like, it drove you wild, like literally insane after a bit. You're
gaining
just like,
weight and all kinds of stuff.
Like literally, me going out was going to my backyard and to my front yard.
Me going out and running. That's all I had.
Like I'm gonna smoke a cigar in the front porch. I need some different scenery.
Yeah, you need to see fresh air and the trees.
Let me smoke outside my driveway. I need to see people.
Yeah.
Right. Or I don't want to talk to people. Let me go to my backyard. But it was. I have a friend that he tells me, "Hey, Chop, we can't fuck this one up. It's too easy for us. They're telling us to stay home. I can't fuck this up." So he's like, now I just go from the left side of the couch, and I feel like maybe I want to go to the right side of the couch today. Like he's like, yo, I can't. How can I mess this up? And it's fun. But seeing people, that you see every day, and all that, like it's not there no more.
Yeah.
But that's all right. I just think. All this is gonna end sometime, but now it's not. This is not the time though.
No, maybe January. You might get something moving in January, but
I was told like 2022, bro.
Chill out. That'd be crazy.
I was told that. What have you heard?
I don't know, and I don't really know what to believe either because honestly, not to get political or anything, but. Fear drives people in it. Fear has this big control over all of us. So for me, honestly, like I just know that if I'm doing my part and I'm being clean and I am precautious and I wash my hands, and if I go out and I start touching everything, don't touch your face, don't put nothing in your mouth, what I mean? Yeah, it's just like common sense. It's like just be clean, do your part. But then again, like I'm super over the top clean where like at my place, like nothing that was on the outside world goes in my room. I change immediately. That's just what makes me feel comfortable. And I do all these things, but I'm like, all right, well, like if we're all doing our part, I feel like, no, we shouldn't be doing this till 2025, At the same time, I'm like, who's to say who's doing their part? Who's to say who's not,
Like I'm with you. I do my part by me going to work, do my thing. But when I'm there, I'm precautious. I don't touch people's hands unless we fist bump over the elbow. I'm not going out as much. Plus nothing's open anyway. So, and I do takeout delivery. When I'm missing people, I go sit down at a restaurant. But I tend to go with like 4 or 5 people. I used to by myself.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to like disturb people. It's like, yo, man, their family is like 6 people out there.
Yeah, like literally last week is the first time I went out to a restaurant in this whole time. And I was like, let's sit outside. Like just be away. And it was like late at night. It was like a Saturday, like 10 p.m. And I was like, all right, let's go all the way outside in the corner. I was like minding our own business. I was like, everything's fine. Don't go out with your friends, like 20 people and like dang. They're not even gonna let you do that now, probably.
Yeah, I see Snapchat people still partying out there. I'm like, man, how
they
you
don't care, man. They don't care. That's why it might last to 2022. 2022 because people don't care. And for my
birthday, for my 25th, last week I think. Usually I have a big birthday party. 40, 50 people. This time I only invited. Who invited? My uncle. Aunt, my uncles and my aunts. That's it.
Yeah.
And family, it was like 10 of us, I think, or 8. No, maybe it was maybe like 12. But it was
your regulars.
Yeah, like I didn't bring older folks or younger kids that don't give a hell about Corona. I thought about it, like una carne asada, and some beers, and it's with the locals,
You heard about the COVID party?
Oh, yeah.
And where?
In Alabama.
I don't know where it was, but I saw someone say COVID party, and I was like, what the hell is that? They're like, oh, we all go to a party, and we try to see who can corona. I'm like, are you kidding
But they put money in a pot, and whoever gets it gets the money.
That's See, that's just ridiculous. That's stupidity.
You playing with your life, bro.
Young people dying out here.
Right. I saw someone in Texas, like, she was like 32. Like, had the corona. Lights out.
Unfortunately, bro.
Right. Like, it just goes like, I don't know. I guess, like they say, when it's your time, it's your time. Like, even if you move, it's gonna hit you. Like, if it's not your time, you're putting yourself in front of it. It will miss you. In Spanish, that saying is better, but
yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, bro, like, I know what you mean, though.
Yeah, like, I mean, you do what you do. So, I don't know. I just when people tell me, yo, what should we do? Like, yo, live life right now, man. Live life respectfully to other people, and just if people feel uncomfortable because you're like, just walk away, or you're 6 feet. Don't be touching people. Don't be like, yo, don't cough it. Just do your thing. If you want to go to Target, go do your thing at Target, and just do your thing. Stay away from people. Don't shake people's hands. And just walk away. Just be normal. Like most people. I think most people are just dramatic about it. Oh, I can't go here. I can't. No. Just relax. Do your thing. Go to the mall, but use your mask. Don't take like 4 of your kids. And don't be like touching everything, because that's what makes people yo, they don't care about COVID. Like, no, be respectful. To be like, hey, if Q thinks like if I'm too close to him or something, I will step to my feet down. And be like, yo. Right. You feel comfortable? Now we could talk, and now we could do something, or now we could eat together now but we feel comfortable enough. So that's what I just think.
It's a respect thing.
Yeah. Like if Liz thinks like, yo, I think we in too close. All right, I will step back a little more, and and like, yo, you feel comfortable now, because I've gone to people's garages and we smoke cigars and that, and the guys like. People will put chairs, like, you sit here, you sit here, but we could see each other and we still smoke together. Okay, that's cool. And then, whenever someone leaves, we get the lights off. And that's like, you feel like you're fitting, you're like, but like, it's different times, and you just gotta get used to it. And don't get mad, man. Don't get mad at people for that.
People just want to be safe, want to keep living, and want to keep their family safe.
Right. I just want to go home, I want to be home with my family. Damn, bro. 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Good content.
Right. Well, for this part, it's an hour and 9. So
yeah, well, that's good.
That's good.
That's about the same each one then, right? Oh, no, hour and 5 the first one? I hate math. You said 2:10?
2:09.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's about around there.
1:09, the other one has to be...
Guys,
1:1, right? Yeah, something like that.
Right.
1 hour, 1 minute.
Q's like, stop me right now. I can't do this.
We gotta erase this part.
Right. Nah, but guys, like, this for me, it looked like if this was 30 minutes and we start like I feel 30 minutes like we're talking for 30 minutes.
Yeah, we're just chopping it up. So it's
called flow. Just live in the moment.
Right.
Jason Silva. I think he quoted it from someone else, but he calls it like brain coupling. Like we're all in the same wavelength, and that's why I say like time is also just like it's just a thing. I mean, like literally, how is it that it feels like 30 minutes, but in reality it was like 2 hours? It's like no, like I felt like time was never ending, like just on the same wavelength, just chilling. And I feel like people need to do this more often. Like just go with it, man.
Just go for it,
Bye.
Liz, where can we find you at?
You can find me on Instagram at the L Forum and YouTube, Liz Ayala. And if you want to go to my actual website, it's thelforum.com.
And if people want to get the homes cleaned in the Raleigh area.
Oh, if you want to get your house clean, man, you can call me. You can find me on Google. More cleaning. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram.
Right.
Whatever you guys want.
There we go. Just hit her up for them cleanings, she'll give you a good price, Q, last remarks. this part 2, boy. We went deep.
Man, deep.
I feel next time we talk about 3 hours.
Right.
We need my 3 parts.
Keep going up, for real. Man, we went over so much. What do I say for the last topic? We talk about relationships, entrepreneurship. Man,
dating, first dates.
But I think the most important thing would be keeping a positive relationship on a day in and day out basis.
Right.
How you perceive your life, how you perceive yourself, how you look at things, how you talk about things is how your life will be. If you say you ugly, if you say you're not going to be successful, blah, 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 you're not going to be. You're not going to feel that way. And then we talk about vibe, protect your energy. And people talk about it all the time, protect your energy, because that person can bring you down, as we was talking about earlier as well.
Right.
Yes.
That person can bring you down, and you could be a whole different person. And now you're not on your career path, or your path of life, your purpose.
Mm-hmm. Don't be afraid to cut people off.
Oh yeah.
Don't be
afraid.
I've done that. I've since last year I've done that. And people think like, yo, no, I'm like, yo, Christian's a bit, nah, bro, I just cut you off, bro. Like
I'm trying to protect my energy. I'm trying to,
right. Yep. Like you can feel like when you grow up, when you get older, you can feel the, like people's vibes. Like, you with me because of something, dog. Like you can't you can't hit the dot yet, but like one day you will hit the dot. You're like, I know why this is why, or you only ask me for help. Because this, but you never for anything else. You never talk to me about. I have friends. They never they would ask me for help, but like when it's time to go eat or go chill, they'll never talk to me, man. They only ask me when they need help on something. So I'm like, all right, you fake, bro. But it's life. Guys, you have to find yourself. Your fulfillment first. Your personal fulfillment.
Find out who you are.
Yeah, know who you are, And let's say, for example, if you overweight and you don't like it, start exercising, boy, girl. Start exercising,
Make your life.
Make your life.
Exactly.
Make your life.
The way you want.
Right, or the hair, you don't like the way your hair looks. Change it. Go to a stylist,
Or you don't have to settle. You don't have to settle.
No.
For a person, for a thing, for a job, for anything. No, you don't have to settle.
You don't have to settle, and you just gotta find your passion too, and what you do and things that you want to do. And guys, we could go for on and on and on,
We'll have another part.
Yeah, we have another part 3 soon. This 2-part series with Liz Ayala from the L Forum and from the More Cleaning. Guys, we go talk forever, but, we got to go home and sleep, But eventually, I feel like this won't be the last time, so, and I think shortly soon we should have her again. And, yes. with more exclusives, Exclusive. And then, guys, don't forget to follow us on our social media at Q and Chop Podcast and to our website.
QandChopPodcast.com.
And then follow our blog, Q writes them, so, they're heat. The last one we did, but was about laziness? So I can't remember.
Nah, that was a time before last. It was something. Motivation.
That was heat. That was heat.
So go read it.
Yeah, so go read it.
All right, go read it.
Liz read it already, so she liked it. And guys, thank you for listening. This is an awesome episode. Part 2 of 2 now with Liz Ayala from L Forum. Thank you for listening.
Have a blessed one.
Thank you.
Blessed one. Holla.